Well, Neil, a bit of I don't know what you call it, really lethargic, sluggish display at the weekend against Birmingham. Have you seen a bit more spark, a bit more life about the players since then?
No, not really, no. It's similar. They were quite lively on Thursday last week. Obviously, we couldn't train Friday when the pitch was frozen, but Thursday was very good. So I've not seen a difference really, because they've not been out since then. We're training after this, So I can't really see them when they're at home on a Sunday.
What are you hoping for then this afternoon? Basically a return to normality?
Well, I mean, we just got to. It's a bit doomy and gloomy at the minute with the weather and everything, and January being what it is. We've got to try and motivate ourselves. It'll be a good game. It'll be difficult conditions because they're expecting horrendous rain. It wouldn't surprise me if it was off. I think Blackburn's just put theirs off, haven't they, against Swansea? And Benno was telling me that down in the bottom corner where the away fans usually go, it's horrendous. They've told us that they're putting a tent up or something up to try and keep the game on. But they're expecting a month's rain in 2 days down there in Nottingham and that area, so we'll have to see what's what.
Well, let's assume it is on, but it'll be obviously, boggy and very wet. Will that affect in any way your plans? Will you do anything differently because of the conditions?
No, not at all, not really. No, we just we've got to go down there and get back to basics. Really, glad to have Johnny back. I mean, that was nice him coming through that. We've got to set. I mean, they're doing well. I think they've gone 7 games without a loss, haven't they? So we've got to start on a 1 game now. We've got to try and have another little run now after Christmas, and I'd like to think that could start on tomorrow.
How important is that in this division, 46 games, the ability to bounce back quickly?
Well, you haven't got time, especially this year with the COVID thing. You just haven't got time to dwell on anything because before you know where you are, the next day you're preparing. I think I don't think we've got any breaks now for a while, so it's one after the other really. I saw one manager, I think it was Swansea manager, complaining about the fixtures, so he'll be quite pleased, I would think, that theirs is off today. But we've all got acid problems, haven't we? I mean, how we were told to go and play at Brentford at bloody 6 o'clock at night, and as I said, 2 London clubs kick off at 12. It'd be on me, I'm expecting an 11:30 on a Sunday night, so you could watch us before you go to bed.
You mentioned having Johnny Howson back. How important is he on and off the pitch to this squad?
Well, he's never been away off the pitch. He's always there. He helps the youngsters really, and his enthusiasm and his experience in the games is like. I mean, I have to stop him sometimes. I had to tell him yesterday to get off the pitch, to go away when the finishing was on after the game, after the session. Quite a lot of lads wanted to do a bit of finishing. And he's there, and I said to him, Johnny, do you mind? Will you leave me? Will you go away and go and get a shower? And then I come upstairs to do a workout, and he's in the gym working out, doing some weights in the gym. You just can't keep him back, really. Which is a great attitude to have, isn't it? I assume the same sort of attitude Ashley Fletcher's been showing, is it? As he tries to get back. I mean, yeah. How near or far is he from a return? Well, he says he's nearer, but you have to listen to what the medical people say as well. That like Johnny wanted to play at Brentford, and we had to hold him back. Really, I think because of the circumstances, and we're not likely to get anybody in. I don't think now up front. I think we've just got to treat Ashley a little bit more careful. And make sure he is back, for the rest of the season, really. When you say you looks like you're not going to get anyone in up front, I mean, is that a reference to Yannick Bolasie? Because I know there's a report I read this morning that move's broken down. Well, it's news to me. I didn't know it was on. So you were never that close then? Well, we've not spoken for weeks, Yannick and herself. So it's, I read a few other things as well about players I'd never even heard of, but I'm sure the recruitment will have. Just on Forest's return to form, and they have won the last 3 in a row as well, but they're still by no means out of trouble at the bottom, are they? It just shows, doesn't it? You can go on a good run, but it's hellish hard to get out of trouble once you're in it. It is, but I think everybody said right from day one, since when they came up here, I think if not his first game, it was one of his first games. They've got such a big squad. They've got such a good squad. I mean, if anything, they'll probably be spoilt for choice, Chris, with what they've got. But I don't have that problem, so I've just got to, make sure that we go down there and give a good account of ourselves, really. I mean, forward play, I think they've got a lot of good forward talent at the disposal. When you look at you look at Lockhart and Amiobi and the other lads up there, they've got a wealth of talent. So I would imagine what they've done is just tightened up at the back and made a bit more dogmatic in midfield, and that's what's got the results. If you've got forwards that will score, you've always got a chance in this league.
And just away from obviously tomorrow and the squad that you have got, Marcus Brown is now starting a long road back, isn't he? A long road to recovery. What sort of encouragement can you give him? What can you say to a player when they know they've got such a long stretch in front of them?
You can't really. I mean, all I've done is reassure him. As I mentioned, I said to him, I think it was quoted today that, there's a lot worse off, son. You've got to think about Sol Bamba and what he's going through. You've got a few months and you'll be back training and back to get to fitness. So he's got to look after him. He's in a way, he's had that kneecap problem before at West Ham. So that might always flare up. So in a way, the surgeon's going to repair that. That might help him really long term. It might be that this is it and he can get his career going.
Okay, thanks Neil, good luck tomorrow.
Thank you. Dawn, where are you?
Hello Neil,
There
how
you
are
are.
you?
I'm just having a sip. You're not filming me, are you, Dawn?
Oh, well, I am,
Can
but
I
I
have
won't
a,
use this.
can I have a sip
don't
of my
worry.
coffee? Oh.
You have your coffee. Yeah, I should have brought mine actually.
Right, go on, carry on.
Yeah, just a couple from me really. Just a word about Chris Heaton. Obviously, we all know about him very well up here, having been the Newcastle United manager and stuff. He essentially is a good manager with a good squad now.
Yeah, he's a good man as well. He's a nice person, as Chris. He's not like me and some of the other managers. He's a really nice, well thought of person. And he's got a good squad. They are one of the best squads in the division, really. So it's only a matter of time, and we might be a bit unlucky going after 3 wins. But I think we, it's a kind of game. We're not going to get bullied out of it. They play good football as well. Whereas I thought Saturday the first 30 minutes we were a bit bullied, really. So it's down to ourselves. We've got Johnny back buzzing, and we always play better when Johnny's around. So it'd be a good test for us, really.
And what can you do? Is it when you say you got bullied? Did you think it's because you've got still quite a lot of young players in there?
Yes, and obviously it's not a lot in our makeup to combat that. To have I thought we did well at Wickham. I mean, 2 things when you play against a team like Birmingham, who was so wound up. They had a huddle before the game and were told, the referee tells us at 2:00, whatever it is, there's no huddling or anything. So it wastes of time talking, isn't it? That. So if that gets them going, and we've got to do a similar thing, and remind our youngsters we've got to start from the first whistle. I mean, when you come up against a team like we did last week, you need a good referee as well, a strong referee. And unfortunately, I think 1 or 2 things were missed early doors, which helps the team away from home. And I think that unsettled 1 or 2 lads. And I thought in the end, I thought the forwards in particular were very poor on the day.
And just finally from me, 4 points off the top 6. It's important now to get back to within touching distance, isn't it, of that promotion? I
mean, if you'd have said to me, I think right from a word go, if I said we were a few points off the playoffs in January, I'd be delighted, and I am. But I'm upset as well. I'm disappointed because I know where we could have been without just saying good luck. We just needed to be more professional in a lot of occasions in this last 3 months. Made wrong decisions, and it's cost us a lot of points. So, but we're happy to be there, and when you look at the last season, it's far better trying to get into the playoffs than trying to avoid relegation. It's a different mindset, and I want us to play with that freedom and try and enjoy the second half of the season. The sooner it's all the lockdowns done and great, but it doesn't look as though that's on the horizon at the moment with fans back in. So we've got to make our own own buzz around and try and give our supporters something that's looking on the screens.
Great stuff. Thank you very much and good luck.
Thank you, Don.
Simon.
Simon.
Hello, Neil. Just one from me today. You've mentioned before that in the best of times, the Championship is a right old slog. These aren't the best of times. You guys have had a COVID outbreak. You've had freezing weather to deal with. You've lost a couple of games. How important is it? More important than ever now to keep the glass half full and keep the spirits up?
I don't think there's anything wrong there. I don't think the lads will ever go down. As you saw on Saturday, as disappointing as the first 30 minutes, we never stopped. And second half, I thought we could have won it quite easily if one of the chances had gone in. So I don't think you can, we'll never accuse them of not trying. It's just sometimes it's misdirected. And sometimes we have to stand up to different challenges. The Championship's full of different challenges. And, usually people are accusing my teams of being like, this different challenge. But we're one of the footballing teams at the moment.
Thanks, Neil.
Keith.
Hi Neil. Sorry, I missed the start of that, so apologies if I ask anything again. I was just on another Zoom, I was a bit late coming across.
Right.
Just in terms of the transfer window, Neil, is there anything getting a little bit closer?
No, I don't think so, Keith. I think striker-wise, we missed out on one last week, but that's how it is. But Ashley Fletcher's stepping up his training. I'm optimistic about him in the next fortnight before the end of the month. Which would be like signing a player, really. So I've got to just be thankful that he's on his mend and hope he keeps coming through his rehabilitation. Still looking at wide players. You've just missed that, somebody mentioned Yannick Balazi, which I've not spoken to Yannick for about a month, really. So, there's nothing in that at all at the moment.
Yeah, so when you say nothing in that, just that won't happen, or... Well,
I've not spoken to him for...
Right.
About a month, so I can't see it happening without me speaking to him.
Yeah, but you've said a few times, I think, already that you would actually be quite content with what you've got. So...
Well, I would and I wouldn't. I thought on Saturday, if we'd have had two good attacking forwards wide players, we would have won the game, me. I think if we'd have, I don't think George was put under any pressure at left back on Saturday. I thought Tav was disappointing first half. I didn't think Jed did. If we have a natural wide player that's used to getting the ball, having a go at people, I think we would have done a lot better. So I am looking. I will bring somebody in before the deadline in the wide positions.
Despite the result at the weekend, though, I mean, you look at the next few; they are winnable. So you can certainly stay up there. Or
Keith, I think Norwich away is winnable.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a game in this league that we're worried about. I don't think we try and win every game, but I don't think teams beat us. I think we beat ourselves at times. Mm-hmm. If I'm honest.